So here we will stop. We have received 3 questions in advance. So I will stop here and ask Kamle Sahib, should we take these 3 questions which are in front of us first, or do we have any other pressing question that you would like to take first? Okay. So question number 1. In our previous Sunday morning session, we talked about the plano Jamat Khana and symbol of 9 in plano Jamat Khana. This is a large question. So what I'd like to do, with your permission, we will start with this question in our next session. This one right here, about the symbol of 9 in plano Jamat Khana, because this will take more than 20-30 minutes to explain. It's a beautiful session. So if you give me permission, I would like to hold on this question number 1, but I will go ahead and take question number 2 and question number 3 first, for sake of saving time, and then if we have a time we can come back to it. Question number 2. What motivates us in the very beginning to embark on the journey of seeking ilm in our worldly life? Is it our soul that plays a pivotal role and pushes us to initiate the ilmi journey, or is it our intellect that plays a major role in the initiating of our ilmi journey in the worldly life? Okay. This is a full loaded question, because I believe he is in his deeper hidden question is not only in our worldly life, meaning physically or circular education, but how do we start on this journey? And I believe that is the question. There are 3 levels of belief. 3 levels of belief. Ilmul Yaqeen, the certainty of knowledge. Ainul Yaqeen, certainty of eye. Haqqul Yaqeen, certainty of truth. If there are 3 levels of belief, then there are 3 levels of ilm, knowledge. That is the action that we take physically at the level of Shariat, meaning our journey begins with the physical body and Shariat. What is our Shariat in our tariqah? We only have 3 physical Shariat. That is the first path on our journey. 3 times dua, the son and chand madlas are part of our faraz and Shariat in our tariqah. That's where we begin to embark on the journey. You will say, what does motivate us? Initially, as a child, we do what our parents do. We do what we were told to do. Shariat is the example of a child. Child does what his parents do, and child does what he is told to do. And that what motivates us initially. because our parents are doing it, our older brothers and sisters are doing it, so we are doing it. That's what motivates us initially. Then, as we grow up, as we receive the rational soul and intellect, we start to do things with understanding, and that is what we call tariqat, the second level of our tariqat, meaning we learn the tariqah, we understand the tariqah, and then because we like it, it motivates us to walk on that path. And that is the second ilmi journey toward our soul. First was toward our physical discipline. I'm going to repeat this. The difference between the first one and the second one. First one was Shariat toward the discipline. Second one is the tariqat toward the journey of the soul. Because we have learned the discipline. Now we have learned what to do and why we are doing it. So this journey of the tariqat is from physical to spiritual, from body to soul. That is the second step in our tariqah, from body to soul. No longer mimicking and copying our parents as they were doing, as they told us to do. On the second level, we have a greater understanding and we move toward the batin and batini understanding, and we move forward. Third level is hakikat. According to Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah, may our soul be sacrificed to that Imam, we are at the level of hakikat today. In hakikat, we not only follow our shariat, we not only follow our tariqat, what we have learned, but we start to experience the truth. What we had learned, how it affects our soul and our mind, we start to experience that part. And that is the third level of this journey. What motivates us at this point? Because when we apply our tariqat, our learning, it gives us inner peace, inner understanding, and we move toward the batin, and that part motivates us in our worldly life, in our physical life, in our 4 days of zindagi that we have today. The next question, do we have the free will in the life hereafter as we do have in this world? Yes. Yes, we do. But at different levels. Because this question does not ask me when and how. So the question would be, when do we lose our free will and when we do have our free will? Or who loses their free will and who has the free will? When we die, and if we have not done what we were supposed to do to free our soul, then we do not have free will. So even without the free will hereafter, because we no longer have free will or the physical body to be hindrance. We don't have this world to become the hindrance. So what happens? We freely, not with a free will, we freely do the ilmi classes, just like we having one today, and we do the ibadat, obedience, because we have nothing else to do. There is no world, there is no hindrance, there is no brother and sister, there is no relatives, there is no friend, there is no job, there is no money, there is no house, but we have one single purpose now. And unwillingly, without the free will, but very freely, we do ilmi learning, the ilm of the Imam I'm talking about. Here we have a choice to learn the information or learn the knowledge or learn the ilm Imam. We have three choices today. Over there, you only be learning one kind of ilm. You have a choice. You can learn ilm Imam in this physical body too. You have a choice today. Over there, you will not have a choice. You will have to learn the ilm batini, recognition of Imam, and you will do the ibadat, the obedience. And then you will move forward, and you will move forward on the journey of the soul. So let me finish reading your full question now. Do we have the free will in the life hereafter as we have this world? If yes, then because of the free will of the soul, do you think that the soul will be reluctant to gain knowledge in the life hereafter, as it does refrain itself from taking ilm during worldly life? So I believe I have answered your question. Depends on where you end in this world. If you do not finish in this world, freeing your soul, then you will not have a free will. And yes, you will have a free will if you have free your soul, and no, you will not resist. Because there, the veil will be removed. You will understand, you will know that what is good for your soul, so you will not resist. Today, because we don't understand, we run after information. We run after the world. We waste our time. Over there, the veil will be removed. On only ilm will be available is ilm Imam, and only obedience is available is the pure obedience of the Imam, the ibadat. There can be a complete lecture on these two questions. Subhanallah, thank you for asking. Great question. Ji.
So a friend is asking, please reflect on the zikr tasbih after dua.
Ji, if you look at the question that we have written for the next week, we do have, I believe, zikr tasbih after dua. Okay, so quickly I'm going to explain here, and I will write down the code for next week. So zikr tasbih after dua is not part of our shariat, but part of our nawafil. And we have few nawafil in our rites and rituals. For example, the Ginan recitation up front. That is part of our nawafil. What is nawafil? Extraordinary ibadat. Reciting Ginan, listening to Ginan is part of our extraordinary ibadat. Just like that, the zikr, the tasbiyat of the mushkil asan and tasbiyat of the girya wa zari. The word girya wa zari tells us that it's supposed to be at the higher level of supplication, at the highest level, with girya and zari. गिरियान होकर आंसुओं के साथ ये तस्बीह होनी चाहिए. But it is the symbolic tasbih that we say in Jamat Khana with the Jamat, but that should be part and parcel of our daily practice during the daytime to do the Giriya Wazari. And that is part of our Nawafil, individual offering and supplication. It's not part of our Shariat. So are other things we do as the additional ibadat. For example, again, more ginan in the middle, reading of the Faramin in the middle, having the tasbih at the end of the second dua, and if it's on Friday and other days, more ginans with niyaz. Those are all part of our additional offering, additional supplication, additional prayers, offering to the Imam. It's part and parcel of our additional ibadat, offering, supplication to the Imam. Ji.
Sir, I don't see any question in the chat room. But friends, if you have any question, please unmute your device.
Oh, Yali Madat Ali Sahib.
Yali Madat.
Shabnam Kimani. How about the money we put when we drink the niyaz, and we put the money, because when we say dua, we get barakat from there. So how about the money when we put the niyaz, when we drink the niyaz?
Exact same reaction, because whatever you offer as a male wajibat, whenever and whatever, that include dua karani, that include niyaz, chanta, nandi, and other offering. Whatever you offer as a male wajibat is the purpose of the purification of your earning, of your food, of your other incomes. It's one single purpose. What we are saying to Mola Bapa, that I'd like to offer something which is not required of me, with the love and affection in my heart, that I'd like to offer you a penny or two. Remember, it's not how much money, it's the niyat, the intention behind it. So intention is that I'd like to offer something to my dear, my loving, my spiritual father, my spiritual mother, my imam. So this male wajbat, in whatever shape or whatever name we give, is the purpose of purification. Ji. Thank you.
How about Nandi? Same thing with the Nandi? When you buy the Nandi, you put the money, same thing upon that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yali Madat Aziz Bhai, this is Rosie.
Yali Madad.
Zikr, the difference between zikr and Kirya Zari. When we do zikr, we are remembering Allah. This is my understanding. When we are doing Kirya Zari, we are always asking something, like wanting something. So we say, tasbih Ali Turemka Yamola to Fazal Kar, or different tasbihs like forgive my sins, give me this, give me that. Different tasbihs have supposedly different meanings. So it seems like they're always doing this tasbih, like they're always wanting. But Giryazai is independent, right? We are doing out of, both we are doing out of love, but zikr is it's unconditional. It's just pure remembrance. So would you say it's better to do zikr and remember the names of the imams and all, rather than doing Giryazai where we are wanting stuff?
If you give me permission, this is understanding, but I would not say this is a complete understanding. So please forgive me for saying this. Zikr and Giryazari should be the part and parcel of your remembrance, because those zikr, those remembrance which are without the emotion, without the tears and feeling in our heart, just saying yali 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 umar bitaya, yali yali karte umar bitaya, Ali na mila humko. You know why? Because there was no Giryazari, there was no feeling behind it. Giryazari is the tradition of our peers, our dais, our prophets. Look at how Dawood alayhi salam did his Giryazari and his zikr. He never did zikr without Giryazari. Zikr and Giryazari are one and the part and parcel of same remembrance. Of course, sometime when we are collectively doing zikr, tasbiyat and Jamat Khana, sometimes we do not have those feelings and we do not feel like crying. But you have seen people around you that they will have tears in their eyes, and sometimes they are crying. And you will wonder, how come this person next to me has so much feeling and I'm not feeling anything? Even during Ginan recitation or Dua recitation, you will find people crying, having tears in their eyes. When you go Heads in the Kayapaya, you see the tears in their eyes. What is the reason? Because they understand that every remembrance, regardless of the name, dua, ginan, zikr, tasbih, they include their offering of Giryazari in each and every one of them. Giryazari is the feeling, the emotion, the love that we put behind the zikr, and the remembrance is a complete part and parcel of zikr and Giryazari tasbih. I hope this explains.
Thank you.
Sir, we have one question in the chat, not related to the topic. Friend wants to ask. So the friend is asking about the concept of light upon light. During one of your lectures, you had mentioned that Hazrat Adam was picked among the group of Jamat and got the prophethood from Imam Hunayn. Was Hazrat Adam the progeny of Imam Hunayn who gave him the prophethood? I thought in order to become Imam and Prophet, the key concept is to be the progeny and direct descendant, similar to the concept of Prophet Muhammad to our beloved Hazrat Imam.
Okay, this is again a very large question, but in short, just short and quickly you can understand. to be a prophet, you do not have to be in the lineage of the Imam. To be Imam, the principle applies, the Nuran ala Nur, and you must be in the lineage, in the progeny of the Imam. And I'll just give you some example, including Adam, including Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. They were not in the progeny of the Imams of that time. But Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was in the progeny of the Imam. So he not only was the prophet and the Natik of the time, but he was also the Imam of the time. And his son Ismail became the Imam after him, and throughout the ages and time, all the way to Abu Muttalib, and after Abu Muttalib, Abdul Talib became the Imam, and from him, Maulana Ali, Maulana Hussain, Maulana Zain al-Abidin, and all the way to Shah Karim, Nuran ala Nur. From the progeny of the Imams have become Imam today. Again, simple answer, to be prophet, you do not have to be in the lineage, in the progeny of the Imam, but to be Imam, you must have the lineage and the progeny, the Nuran ala Nur, the father Imam, the son Imam. That is the principle in Surah Nur 24, ayat number 35, where Allah says it is the principle of progeny after progeny, Nur after Nur, Nur upon Nur, Nur after Nur. Ji. Thank you. Great question.
So we do not have any question in the chat. Friends, if you have any questions, please unmute your device.
One more question, Aziz sahib.
Ji.
Do we call Mola Bapa as Allah?
Well, some of us do. We call him Ali Allah. As per Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah, may our soul be sacrificed to the Imam, at the Mission Conference 1945 in Mombasa, in Dar es Salaam, have said that saying Ali Allah is correct, and if you cannot say Ali Allah, meaning if you do not believe Imam is Allah, then you should not recite the dua. That's how strong this farman is. Without saying, without knowing, because if you do not believe that Imam is Ali Allah, with the nur of the Ali and Allah in him, then how would we do supplication, obedience to him? So your answer short, yes. The question should be how. The question should be how is he Ali Allah? That is the question. Not he is or not. Ji.
Okay. So in the dua, like in school, na te koi ti peda thayo, na te nati koi peda thayo. Ine saman bijo koi nati. So in kul wala hadala, right? So what is that question means?
Okay. May I request you to listen to the dua meaning, part 6, and that will explain the concept of Ali Allah and concept of Kullu Wallahu Ahad. And because like I said, this is a huge question, and if you leave your number with Kamra Sahib, Kamra Sahib can forward you the Dua Meaning series, and if he will forward you Concept of Ali Allah series of lectures. If you truly wanted to learn about this, the material and lectures are already available for those who like to learn more about this concept. Because this concept is not for everybody. G.
I did learn from Newit Saiba a lot, but I still will ask the question because I did learn from Newit Saiba. They teach us a lot because I listen to her every day. She's very good. She's doing very, very good things. So I'm learning from her a lot, but still I have only one question that why it says
that's a easy question. It's not a hard question. Like I said, it's already been answered not one time but many times. So I would like to share those after you listen to those. And if you still have a question, call me directly. I'll be happy to talk to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Thank you.
So the friend is asking, can you please repeat the meaning of Giri Azari in English?
Giriya wazari, Giriyan ho jana. Zari, zar और कतार रोना. पशेमानी के साथ गिरियान होकर और आंसुओं के साथ इमाम को याद करना, इसलिए हम गिरिया व जारी की दुआ कहते हैं इसको. Because there is a tradition of our dais, peers, prophets, that when they remember Allah, when they remember the Imam, when they did their tasbiyat and zikr, they did it with giriya wa zari. They never did it with the dry eyes, with feeling and emotion in their heart. That's what giriya wa zari means. And again, giriya wa zari and tasbiyat, the zikr, should be part and parcel of our daily remembrance. G.
Can I ask a question?
G.
Yani Madad ALWAAZ?
This Garib and Nachis, I am not ALWAAZ. Please do not call me ALWAAZ. I am just Garib and Nachis. You can just call me Aziz if you like.
My apologies. Okay. Aziz, please excuse me if this is not the right place to ask this question, but I don't know where else to go. I keep reaching out trying to find out about some of the special majalises. Nobody has any answers.
Oh,
everybody tells me I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Like, even my mom says, no, I can't talk about it. Like, I don't know where else to go for that.
Did you ask me that last week about the majalis and some of the higher majalis?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Did you ask me about the majalis last week?
No, I wasn't on last week.
Oh, okay. So, there are some majalis that we can talk about here online, and definitely there is answer to every single question you have. So please do not feel that you don't have anyone to talk to and there is no answer. 100% there are answers to every single question that you may have. So we can do two things. My sister, I don't know what's your name? Salima. You can do two things. Leave your number with Kamria Sahib and I will reach out to you. And then you can ask me anything you like.
Yes, please, thank you. But where's Kamria Sahib? How do I reach him?
Oh, right there on the chat.
I will share my contact information at the end of the session.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Do not feel that you don't have anybody. There are questions and there are answers available always.
So I think we have gone to the overtime.
Thank you everybody again. May Mola be with you and may Mola bless you with a great and deeper understanding, the batin understanding of our tariqah. May Mola take you and fulfill all your wish, all your good wish, as you see, and give you lot of barakat, and lot of barakat. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Thank you everybody. See you all later on today. We have another session at 1 o'clock, our time, Central Time. Yali Madad, Yali Madad.
Ali Madar, thank you very much.
Thank you, Aziz sir.
Very good job.
Yali Madad, Yali Madad.